Hi, good morning folks, Tactical Pigeon Gaming here. We're going to do a quick video on the changes that have happened in patch 8 of WoW. This is for the guys on my Facebook page that haven't logged in to see the new patch, so when they come in it's not such a shock. Okay, so let's start off with what's new. So there's a couple of things that are showing up as new from the Blizzard aspect. There's communities, there's cross-realm social groups, connected friends, even in different guilds and different games. So you get Battle.net style and you get an actual WoW style. You've got War Mode, which unlocks bonus XPs and honor talents by opting into World PvP on any realm. Effectively, people who are classified for World PvP cannot see people who are on World PvE and vice versa. So no longer will you be able to interact, but if a PvP player joins a PvE player, they will go to PvE. Explore your updated class abilities and prepare to fight for the future of Azeroth and Before the Storm. So none of the pre-patch content has actually came out. Okay, so no pre-BFA stuff has came out yet. However, all the looks changes, the UIs have changed. They're all coming to get you used to that before things can progress in quests. Okay, so let's talk about some of the changes to begin with. Now, one of the big changes to come with is in the actual background of it. It's the graphics side of it. So there's now using DirectX 12 to make the pictures sharper and to update some of the scaling models. Okay, we've then got the updated UI that you can see in front of me just now. So you've got your characters going for screen here and so on. You've got all the books, spells that used to be around about here have all been shrank into the little corners here. Hotkeys still work, so you can, if you remember your hotkey items, you can still press them. So see, you'll still bring up your character screen and stuff like that, and they're still there, but they're just a little bit shortened. Okay, same with your bags, they are still in the corner and they have been shortened as well to give you more of the screen to actually use for gameplay. You now have your action bars in the middle here. So you've got your main one here. Now, depending on what bars you've got active at any given point in time will depend whether or not how big this is. So at the moment, action bar wise, if we remove a couple here, right, so this is the standard size that you're going to see, and then you can have the choice of going in and taking a top bottom left, so it's just a little bit taller. Bottom right will make it longer and give you more action bars here. Right bar 2 will give you there. You can't see anything because I don't have anything on my right bar side, and the right bar 2 is there as well. So you can have them up and down there just like before. If however you prefer, you can stick them on to vertical and then it will go all the way up the side of the screen, so it's yet again shrunken. So at the moment I'm playing like this. Okay, so that being said, there's the changes to the kind of UI as it would be. Now let's talk more about this whole community thing. So with communities, they have updated guilds and communities. So this is now how the guild kind of chat looks like. You've got here messages. You can actually go back in time and see what's been said. Even if you're not online, you can still get a log of actually what's there. You can have a voice chat now, so you don't need anything like Discord or Skype or anything like that, because it will all be processed through the game. Now that includes party chats, includes raids and things like these, so people can't say you need this to join. Everybody will be able to talk. You've then got the choice to join or create a community. So here's the one for World of Warcraft. So if you just want a little World of Warcraft community, you could create it, join in, have one for your server, have one for Alliance. Look for big ones and you'll be able to get some people. So even if you're not in a big guild like mine, mine's quite a small one, then you're going to be able to look for other people quite easily. You can also have a Blizzard group, so if you've got a guild where people play a lot of different games and you still want to have that ability to chat but you don't want to use Discord or anything like that, you can create one, and as long as they're logged into Battle.net they'll be able to discuss. Now with the Guild Chat, one thing we have noticed is that if you do log into Alts and you are on Guild Chat using that way of communication, then as you log out you will be disconnected from the chat. But when you log back in, you just rejoin into the chat automatically. You'll have the choice between push to talk inside your voice chats, or you'll have the ability to see your people. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. So you've got the choice of choosing your output, you've got the choice of the volume, and then microphones, same idea, and then whether you want to go push to talk or whether you want to go open mic. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to be looking at is war mode. So as I said, war mode has now been enabled. Now this is the ability for PvP, and let's see the talents here. So with war mode, you've now got to choose your talents from here. You can pick them and you just look. Different levels will have different spells available to it, and then you've just got to choose which is the best for you. You'll unlock more as you level through, as it would be. Okay, and then effectively you've got the ability to turn it on. Now war mode can only be enabled in one of the main cities, so it has to be Stormwind or it has to be Orgrimmar or Horde. Okay, but it then puts you into a constant state of PvP, where as soon as you leave the main city, you are basically phased out to a PvP only environment, where anybody that you see is also enabled for PvP. So if you run across the opposite faction, they are game to be hit. They are getting a 10% extra bonus for being game to be hit, and so are you, because you're more likely to encounter difficulties while you're out there, so you get a little bonus to be able to counteract those difficulties. Okay, now while we're in here discussing war mode, we may as well discuss, as you can see, the ability screen. Now these will all have been reset when you log in for the first time, because the abilities have now changed. Some of the abilities you had before are no longer there, and some of the abilities that WoW have previously removed, like buffs and things like these, have been added back in. So it is very important that either you go into Icy Veins to get your setup, or you take the time to read each one and choose them how your gameplay is. So this is how I've done mine for the Paladin. So far it's working, but you know, we're gonna have to tweak as time goes along, depending on what I'm doing, you know, whether it's going to be heroics or mythics. So the next step that we've got here is we're going to have the upgraded honor shared system. So as well as war mode, the other thing that is now happening is honors level itself is now account wide. So no matter who you go on to, you will be sharing the same honor system, and they will all contribute to that honor system. So if you have one character that you do all your PvP stuff on, like a rogue or a hunter, then you don't need to worry about your main missing out, because he will get the same honor systems. Now, as well as the honor system, another thing that has happened has been the stat squish. Now this has got a little bit of controversy, to be honest. So as you can see, I used to be level 950, and now I am item level 227, maximum 228. Now effectively that's a big jump down, but they've done that so we're not sitting talking about ridiculous numbers when it comes to item level. They had to challenge that somehow. That being said, the reason it's caused some controversy is if you do go back to do some transmog runs on other, on other dungeons, you're no longer getting the output that you did before. So, you know, bosses that necessarily were one hits before are now maybe 2 or 3 bosses that would have been a little bit difficult, have increased in their difficulty, because your numbers have squished, so have theirs, but they haven't squished to the same level, it seems, as you. And you know, it's going to take time for Blizzard to get that all kind of leveled out, but you know, it will be updated. They'll do patches upon patches to make sure that that's coming out to the right level, so you're not just rolling over old content even when you do go back for a little transmog run. Okay, so folks, have any questions, you know, don't forget, leave me a comment below. I'll get back to the questions. I visit them regularly and we'll take it from there. Enjoy.